So y'all, this is a story I have been dying to tell someone because I swear I thought I was tripping, and I'm just philosophizing. I ain't saying what I'm saying is just like absolutely super duper true, but I'm saying it expanded my mind and made me think deeper about some shit. So I was watching videos about the Mandela Effect and shit like that, and it's like our reality is literally being butterfly affected today. Like literally shit that we know for a fact is this is now that. Like, and it's like y'all need to quit fucking with shit. Y'all need to quit fucking with shit. Whatever y'all doing, y'all need to quit fucking with it because it is starting to materialize in this realm, in this 3D realm. But anyway, so there was this time when I was homeless and I was staying at the skate park. I was living in a tent. It was just me and my dog, right? And it can get really creepy out there at night. I don't be tripping because I've always had, since I was at the skate park damn near, I have always had Papa. Hey baby, hey big boy. Look at her jealous boy. You weren't here yet, princess. You weren't even thought of yet, girl. But I always had Papa with me, and he's very protective. He's good at his job. He's very obedient. He's very alert. Like he's a very intuitive, I must say, very intuitive. Like when I tell you, I've seen him like straight away demons. I have seen him see entities on people and disallow them from touching him. It is the most amazing shit ever. I love it. But I didn't teach him that. That's something that he came with. He came equipped with that shit. God said, "This is your dog." But so this particular night, first of all, I already knew I was being stalked. I was being stalked by this dude that I used to date in college that just had a very unhealthy obsession and attachment with me. Like, he was very narcissistic, and I actually finally got away from him. And of course, that's when he got all obsessive and he all in my business, his wife all in my business, and the bitch tried to poison me and shit. That's another story. Like when I tell you, it be getting real in these spiritual streets. And that's why I decided to go ahead and start talking about the experiences that I've had. For one, because I want to educate people. And for two, I want people to know that if you don't experience some freaky shit, you ain't alone. You're not crazy, baby. I'm here with you, okay? But so mind you, I'm homeless. And I'm in the same place. I'm in the place I be at all the time. So it's if you really wanted me, it's easy to pull up on me and come snatch me or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I got my dog. He ain't gonna let you do a bitch ass thing. But still, you know what I'm saying? It's still safety precautions and shit you gotta take and be aware of and shit like that. And I already knew that I was being stalked by this ex. Like, he was stalking me. He was showing up to my job and shit. Like, places that I know that he don't frequent and shit, I'll see him driving around in his wife's car almost like he's looking for me and shit. It's fucking weird. And so there was this other homeless guy that we actually had a little homeless crew before, but there's this other homeless guy that was at the park that night, and I thought that maybe it was him, because sometimes he'll go on his tangents where he'll get real drunk and he'll start yelling and screaming and banging on shit. He'll get into like a little drunk rage and shit like that. And we usually ignore him because we know him like that, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't him, because I remember asking him the next day. But anyway, so what happened was, I'm in my tent, I'm asleep. I mean, I am good in the fuck sleep, right? And I hear someone yelling my fucking name. Now, I'm at the skate park. I go by Kiari. I've gone by Kiari for years now. Like, I've gone by Kiari for, I know, over a decade at this point. Like, Kiari might be new to y'all, but Kiari's not new to me and the original fans and supporters that I've been had. They would tell you Kiari been that. Like, it's been my staple or whatever. But at the skate park, they call me Kiari or they call me Key. You know what I'm saying? But it's usually gonna be Kiari. But this motherfucker wasn't saying that name, but it was yelling my name. Whatever or whoever it the fuck was, it was like, Ari. And now that was already a red flag for me, because I'm like, okay, I know that's not one of my skate mates or somebody I fuck with, because nobody I fuck with calls me that name. You know what I'm saying? So I'm already on alert. I got my blade out. I'm ready for action, because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck a motherfucker think they finna do to me, but this sounds really aggressive. And immediately my nervous system kicks in and it's like, you're gonna have to fight. And so I was like, oh fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I got my dog and shit like that, but still, people are crazy. People be having weapons. People would do anything when they going in that rage and they can't see shit. Like, it was weird. And so The thing about it was I was shaking in my motherfucking boots, bitch. I'm not gonna lie, I was shaking in my fucking boots because I'm like, I know where I'm at, and I'm like, if this motherfucker walks around here and sees my tent, bro, like, I'm gonna have to hurt somebody tonight. Like, in my mind, I was literally prepared to just be the one who lived. Like, I knew what it was. Like, the energy that I felt was like, you're going to have to hurt somebody. You know what I'm saying? And so I kept hearing it. Ari! Like, it gets more and more aggressive. Like, the more, I don't know if this motherfucker's drunk. I don't know if it's somebody out there looking for me, or if I'm just hearing a disembodied fucking voice. But I kid you not, what or who the fuck ever it was so fucking pissed off that they could not find me, bro. And I kid you, I know I was hidden in plain sight, because I'm like, all that motherfucker would have had to do was walk back there and see my shit. And it seemed like they were getting closer, but they just couldn't find me. And I'm not in a spot where it's like, once you walk back, you know, once you walk back to where I was at and shit like that, all you had to do is locate the tent and shit like that. It's not like I was behind bushel or nothing like that. It was just like a little open space. So I was so confused on why, you know, like, this confrontation had come my way yet. Because I wasn't going to come out and give myself up, bitch. I ain't stupid. But I was just like, damn, this motherfucker been out. And I mean, this motherfucker was out there yelling my name. I wanted to say, it felt like it was forever that motherfucker was out there. But I want a fucking fly, monitoring spirit. It was a monitoring spirit trying to come and get me, bro. But when I tell you this motherfucker was out there yelling my name, I want to say this went on for a good 10-15 minute type ordeal, because it woke me up out my sleep, and it had me just up and just ready, like, and that shit fucks with your nervous system. I always been in survival mode like that. Like, I'm just sitting there like, bro, I'm gonna have to hurt somebody tonight. Like, and I think I even made like a little voice note, like, motherfucker, yeah, I swear to God, you come over here, you gonna get this shit on me. Like, I'm doing, like, you know, I'm saying my prayers, I'm saying my protections and shit, I'm calling my ancestors and shit, because I feel this energy, like, whatever this entity is, it is angry as fuck that it cannot find me, it cannot have me. Whatever it is, it was getting so fucking upset. And so, bruh, the whatever it was that was yelling my name and trying to summon me finally leaves, right? It finally goes away, finally stops. So now I'm in prayer mode. I'll go straight into prayer warrior mode, because, God, what the fuck was that? And I just remember them telling me, like, everything's fine, you're okay, you're good, they didn't see you. And I'm like, who the fuck is they? And also, why couldn't they see me? So that brings me to my next point of, so I was talking about the Mandela Effect, and you know how it's changing shit that ain't supposed to be changed, shit that was fact is not fact no more, because motherfuckers is fucking with the goddamn past and the future and shit, and niggas is fucking shit up. But anyway, so one theory that I saw about the Mandela Effect, and the reason why, you know, we see or remember things different, is because some of us are from a different reality, or the original reality, and we done got merged into this new reality. And I'm like, okay, so why would that happen? Why would our realities merge like that? Like, what would cause that to happen or whatever? And they was like, you know, them fucking with the CERN shit and trying to communicate with the God particle and all the other bullshit they be fucking with that they ain't got no business fucking with. And there was this one dude that said he had a theory that where he felt like that when the Mandela Effect happens, or some people, like, basically put it this way. So in one timeline, because you got to think, time is an illusion and time is a string. And so there are multiple realities happening all at one fucking instance, right? So with that being said, each of these realities has their own little subtle differences or subtle things that are normal to that reality that would not be normal to the next reality. And sometimes it's subtle, like, in this reality, my hair black right now. Next reality, I might have green hair. You know what I'm saying? Or I might have a goddamn thermal piercing, or, you know what I'm saying? Little certain little stuff. So, bruh, he said that in one timeline, there may have been a threat on your life, or somebody, like, basically trying to end your contract before it was due. And so in order to protect you from this attempted assassination, you have gotten merged into a new timeline, basically on some new earth shit, like. And I was like, okay, do tell. And so when I downloaded that information, Y'all, I had to pause the video. And I when I tell you so much shit, and my head is tingling right now. My head is literally fucking tingling right now because I am literally downloading so much information. When I tell you I have, the way that I don't even get overwhelmed about it no more because I've gotten used to it. But I have downloaded so much fucking information. But I feel like this motherfucker finna come fucking with me. Please don't come up here fucking with me. What you want? Nah, shit, you gonna keep going? You just looking? Nah, okay, I guess. Bye. But anyway, so see, and that's that nervous system shit. I'm so used to living in the tent in the park. Every time I see somebody that remotely look like 12, man, what you want? And I'm just here at the park chilling, minding my business. You see how they do your girl. But anyway, so when he said that, I'm getting all types of downloads. So now I'm fucked up in the head because I'm thinking that I got Mandela affected that night that I was in that fucking park. Because remember I said in my head and in my body, everything in me was telling me you are going to have to fight. You are going to have to fight for your life type shit. Like this is going to be it's either you or me type shit. And I was prepared for this shit. And I was so ready. And I was so ready. And I was so ready. And I remember, like I said, the motherfucker, the entity, the person or whatever, because I kept peeking. I kept looking, trying to see if I seen somebody standing out there. I never seen an actual person or a figure or a silhouette or nothing. But I heard this voice clear as day, kept calling my name, and it kept getting louder and it kept getting angrier and angrier because it could not find me. It couldn't locate me. Like it knew the general vicinity that I was supposed to be in, but it could not find me. When I tell you God's covering and protection is so fucking real, because I was right there. I was right there. And it could not find me, y'all. And that was the part that was baffling me, because I'm like, why could this entity not find me? Because at that time, literally, God knew that it was going to be a life or death situation for me. For one, I can't die because I have a mission. For two, I can't kill because I have a mission. Like, yes, I'm here to observe. I'm here to, you know what I'm saying, enact or start the flow of justice. But I'm not here to serve judgment. That's not my job. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you are one of God's messengers, people will try to make it your job to serve them their judgment, because they're trying to run away from that accountability from that karma. So if they can get you to act out of character or to make some karmic ties with them, then they can justify whatever the fuck it was that had you sent there in the first place to observe their behavior, you know? And so I can't kill. My ancestor said, you can't die because you still have a mission, and you can't kill because that would be too heavy on your heart, and we need your heart in order for you to fulfill your mission. So in other words, I cannot fully and successfully do my job on this planet with that on my conscience, in other words. And they were telling me that if they had left me in that scenario, if they had left me in that specific timeline, I would not have had no choice. It literally, like I said, it would have been me or them. And either way it went, it would have been a lose-lose situation for me, because it either would have been I would have passed away and now my bloodline has to start over, my life cycle has to start over and all that other shit, or I would have had to defend myself, and I probably would have been unfairly tried and thrown in jail, and that's the same as being dead. You know what I'm saying? And so they were like, that would explain the reason why this motherfucker was yelling and seemed to be right in my vicinity, but could not see or find me for shit. I'm talking about this motherfucker was getting angry, and the angrier they got, the more tense I got, because we all know what volatile energy do at that point. It has to combust. It has nowhere else to go. It got to go somewhere. So I feel like in that moment I did get shifted into a new timeline for my own safety, because baby, the shit that I've been experiencing, the shit that I know, the way that time has been progressing has been absolutely just like illogical and unnatural. My sleep cycle has been odd as fuck, like, and it almost feels like too, like the people that I used to know from my past. When I say my past, I'm not even thinking like past self or like, oh, a few years ago I knew this person. Like now past to me literally feels like a past life. Like literally whoever that was that I was then literally passed away. It literally feels like that to me because I even went through a process where I was grieving so bad a part of myself that seemed to have just vanished or left or something. I remember that shit and I could not, I couldn't pin it. I couldn't call it. But if that Mandela effect, if that theory was true, it checks out for why the fuck I was shielded from that situation. Because I was out there homeless. I didn't have nothing. I had nobody nowhere to run or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say I had no protection because, spiritual protection is protection. But on a 3D scale, I didn't have no protection. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no pew pew. I had my little blade or whatever. I always kept that shit on me. I remember I had this pepper spray that this girl had gave me one time. Shout out to her. She was such a sweetheart. But oh hey little baby caterpillar. Oh shit. Move, Nigella. Damn, nigga done fell in my shoe and shit. I hope I ain't kill him. Damn, girl. Oh, I don't know where little caterpillar went. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know why the fuck he would ever jump in my shoe. I don't even know how bro got there. And he was so little too. Bro just probably took one for the team because Nigella want to be fucking nosy, bro. But but anyway, that was what I wanted to say. I had to, like, when I tell you my brain was fried this morning, I really had to sit there and rationalize and process that because I was like, it makes more sense than it don't. like I said, I feel so far disconnected from my past self. Like, even when I see people from my past, it's like, I don't know them anymore, and I don't have the urge to be like, hey, I know you. But if they remember me in some type of way, they have the urge to say, hey, I remember you from somewhere. And I'll be like, yeah, okay, cool. I don't be trying to give them the cold shoulder, you know what I'm saying, on purpose. But it's like my ancestors said it has to be done like that. Because once you sever those ties, you gotta let them know that they're no longer allowed in your storyline, in your energy anymore. And anything that is connected to that shit coming back could be detrimental to you. Even if it's a person you didn't fall out with. Even if it's a person you never had no beef with or, you know what I'm saying, no bad vibes from. Everything must go. Because you got to make room for the shit that is supposed to be in your life. So, but man, that shit rocked my fucking socks. That shit rocked my world. Every time I think about it, this shit rocked me. Like, bro, this motherfucker, this entity, this creature, whatever the fuck it was out there looking for me, and it was getting mad because it could not find me. But it had my coordinates. It knew it had the right coordinates. But somehow I had been moved. I could hear the motherfucker, but I couldn't see them. It's like God had placed a veil between us or something like that and was like, yeah, so you stay here. Come on, baby. Because, doing this ghetto ass bullshit. Nope, not with these entities today. But yeah, I wanted to share that with y'all. I hope this gives somebody some insight, some education, or just, entertainment, or even help people, try to rationalize their own situations they may have been through, or, their own little philosophies and theories that they may have run into on these crazy ass spiritual streets, baby. But I'll see out. I love you all abundantly, and be looking forward to more of these because, baby, I got stories, okay?